crap. I forget what Brad says. What's up, sitters? This is Tyler Roth along with Joey Edge.
Sitters, what's good?
And Chris Martinez.
What's happening?
And we are front porch sitting. I really truly did, and then it just hit me all of a sudden.
Just when you
I
push
started
record?
sweating, yeah, 100%.
Wow, it's crazy to think that in two episodes or 2 weeks we'll be doing this for 4 years, huh, Joey?
Yeah, white line fever over here couldn't get the job done there, but it's okay. The lights are bright, and he forgot to push record on the podcast version too. So
Not a big deal.
So here we are.
I'll download the video and make it work.
No Bradford, and things go crazy. How about that?
Didn't see that coming.
Sometimes things happen that
I'm gonna
aren't
take that as a
expected.
compliment. I think I can take that as a compliment.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can you?
100%.
You should, because Bradford does a good job of what he does.
Hey, make sure you like, subscribe, but actually do that. I feel like I always say it, Joey. You say it to give like fresh air.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that little bell right there to the right of the like and subscribe button. It'll give you a notification of when we're going live. It should. If it doesn't, call us, and I'll call YouTube and tell them to get their stuff together.
Don't do any of that. Just tweet me.
Yeah.
Tweet Tyler. You don't know what you're doing.
Okay, just tweet Tyler at Tyler M. Rolfe on Twitter. And
We have Twitter handles.
we do have Twitter handles. How about that? Put it up.
Mine might not work today. I'm wearing a black and white shirt.
Yeah, not great. Not great. Joey's really isn't great either. I need to work on that, don't I?
Yeah, we need to get a little better graphic there.
We'll work on that.
It's okay. We're trying hard here. We're doing the best we can on a beautiful Wednesday. Like you said, 2 episodes away from 4 years.
That's wild, though.
It really doesn't make sense.
4 years? Dude, I wish. Well, we do have that audio. We say it all the time.
I'm not
Yelling it. It's the most cringe thing ever.
No, we're not playing that game.
It's the most cringe thing ever.
Yeah, no, it's 4 years. Like when Tyler said that a few minutes ago, I didn't really. I really didn't. It didn't hit me. Like 4 years is a long time, bud.
100%.
Like a long time. And to think this started just because you were like, "Hey, let's do a podcast," because we didn't get to hang out very much for a little while. Like you know, life gets in the way.
Yep.
And so this was like our escape of. We're going to talk about sports anyway. That's what we said. We're going to talk about sports anyways. We might as well put it out there for the world to hear. And
It all started at that blue house
at the Blue House
on the front porch.
Hence the name. Front Porch
Man,
City.
I love that house. That little small house.
I love the porch and the yard and the view.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was good
This
times.
is great times.
Yeah. I was,
Y'all like and subscribe so we can Front Porch Network can buy that house, and then that'd be cool.
sore subject. It was supposed to be mine, but Grandma sold it.
Jesus God, I didn't know that.
No, it's a true story.
water.
That's actually real. I wish that wasn't true. Unfortunately, yep. Anyways, full show today. Full show. Without Brad, we had to call a little bit of an audible. Look at Kelsey. Oh,
Yeah.
I hope that audio is not on the iPad.
Is it that bad, Kelsey?
It's pretty embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. I've said this before, so our loyal sitters have heard this. I saved it on my phone on accident as an MP3, like audio file.
You've told this story
So,
before.
yeah, every now and then I'll be scrolling through my music, just on shuffle, and here comes that monstrosity of a recording. I hit next as fast as I can. Anyways.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah, humble beginnings. But we had to call a little bit audible tonight. Brad can't make it. Is it okay if I say why he can't make it?
Yeah, he's a tomato.
He got sunburned for 3 days straight.
I'm not laughing at Brad. You know what? I am laughing at Brad because Brad's not in the chat yet.
You
think he's asleep?
He's probably putting aloe on somewhere. Oh, man.
Greetings, Jake. Greetings.
Oh, yeah. Brad said he called out from the podcast because he's sunburnt. Oh, jeez.
You think he's got the whole plant? Or do you think he's just got the lotion from probably the Dollar General if I had to guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad's probably not. He's probably putting on scented lotion. It's burning the piss out of his skin. Oh my God!
Oh,
but
man.
So we weren't able to do our coach draft. We'll do that hopefully maybe next week.
Yeah.
But instead we'll get into some spring football preview. The TPC is coming up. That's exciting.
Yes, sir.
NFL Combine just happened. That's super exciting. A lot to talk about there. Lamar Jackson contract thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to deserve a little bit of attention.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I'm excited.
But before we get to any of that,
There it is. Hit him.
But before we get to any of that, we want to talk about one of our sponsors, JW Weaponry. the premier gun store in the South. They are always loaded. I didn't know I was doing the full ad read here. I'm going to be honest.
You're doing a good job.
You keep rolling. Roll with it, Tyler.
That's all I've got. You know what? Go see those guys. Wonderful people. They've always got you covered. This is not my job. I'm the
Okay,
producer.
you're done. You're done. Yeah, definitely go see JW or John at JW Weaponry. Great prices all the time. But if you mention the front porch, you'll get 5% off. If you can't go see him, you have a question, give him a call at 386-243-8587. And they'll ask to speak to John directly. He probably won't be there actually tomorrow.
Yep.
That was only marginally better
So-
than I was doing, just so we're clear.
Yeah.
He's the professional, and he's still...
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, you're right.
You're
welcome.
Do we want to start with Jesse, our good friend Jesse Knowles' tweet
I do
from
think
last
so.
week? All right, he's going to throw it up here. If you're not on the podcast version, Joey, can you read that?
Yeah. It says, crazy watching at CMart1353, which is Chris Martinez, reading statements on at front sitting pod. Dude used to stutter through out loud reading in 8th grade science.
Yep.
Hashtag today junior.
All right, so I need some clarity here. He's not totally wrong. Man, this is Dunk on Chris Day, and I'm the one doing it. So back in 8th grade, you guys remember when you had to, they call it popcorn reading? You had to read aloud. And so we had this teacher I wasn't too fond of. I was a little bit of a jerk as a student.
What?
Oh, man, yeah. If I liked you, I loved you.
Right.
But if I didn't really respect you, I didn't do real well with that. And that was really on me. I've paid for that as an educator now. My parents raised me better than that. Okay, so I want to start all that. Before I start on this, I have to say that. I was raised better than the story I'm about to tell. Okay, so this teacher, Mr. Tyler, we're in science class. We're all reading, popcorn reading. We don't really want to read. We don't really want to get through the chapter because at the end of the chapter was like a quiz. So I was like, dude, guys, I'm going to read so slow we won't have time for the quiz. Okay, so it was all fun and games because I was literally reading the words. I'm going to read this card how I was reading it. It says, with warm wishes.
In 8th grade?
Wishes, yeah, wishes.
In 8th grade.
In 8th grade. So I literally, and I had to read the longest paragraph. And he, this poor teacher, God Almighty, he hung with me. He hung with me.
Is
And
this early on? It's he
I don't think he knew that I was intelligent enough to not do that.
Yeah.
But he instead of telling me to shut up, he just let me cringe through this thing, right? The plan worked, except the plan didn't work. I had a parent-teacher conference with my mom and the teacher later that week. And my mom comes home one day and she said, hey, Mr. Tyler wants to have a conference. You can't read. And I'm like, she goes, I know you can read. What is he talking about? And I'm
so he was sincerely.
he was worried.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, he was
for doing that because that would be tough to do.
So I was like, no, Mom, I can read. And I kind of explained it to her. She goes, oh, no, we're going to this conference. We're going. And you're going to tell these people that you can read. So we're going to the conference.
Yeah, because it's it looks bad on your mom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. And so the embarrassing part was for me to have to go in the meeting with the principal and the teacher and be like, sorry, I'm an idiot. I'm a jerk. I can actually read much better than this. So that's what
and
Jesse,
now I have to prove it. And
yeah. So Jesse was in that class, and he was doing it too. I don't know if he got the conference, but yeah, it was one of those things, man. I could actually read, but I wasn't reading on purpose. And then when I read that letter from Jalen Carter last week, Jesse quoted it, or he screenshotted it and sent it in.
Marty said I wasn't invited to that conference. Thank you.
No, Dad, I don't know that you ever knew of that until right this moment. So,
forgot you were in the chat. Forgot you were listening. Sorry.
I think good old Mom kept that one from you. So shout out. Yeah. Anyways, I can't actually read out loud.
It's a great story.
Yeah, that's why I feel like it needed to be told.
Maybe that can be the name of the show. I can actually read out loud.
That could be. There it is. Joey, what do you want to talk about next, man? I want to get off of my reading aloud. I've come a long ways. Humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings. Yeah, let's go to the combine. I think that's probably the easiest and best place to start. I have not watched the entirety of the combine yet.
Right.
I'll probably actually come to your house to watch that. You just don't know it yet. So
okay.
This is me telling you that I'm probably coming to your house this weekend to watch the combine.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, we'll watch it together. It'll be fun. Anyways.
Cool. Let's do it.
But yeah, obviously the big story was Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Are you shocked by that?
No, I haven't. I did not actually go back to find when I said he was going to be a first rounder and would be and will be. And then now he's going to be not just the first rounder, but like top 5, top 4.
There's a guy on Twitter. I think it's Ben Albright. I think that's who it was. I'm not 100% positive on that. But
yeah.
Anyways, when Trey Lance came out, he tweeted, if you want Trey Lance, you're going to have to be in the top 3. Whatever, cool, whatever. A few years later, Anthony Richardson comes out and he says, if you want Anthony Richardson, you're going to have to be in the top 8. So
I can see it.
This was post-combine?
This is post-combine,
okay.
Yeah. But obviously he has some people that he trusts. So, yeah. Anthony Richardson is going to be a top 8.
He's going to go early. He's arguably one of the most athletic quarterbacks to ever come out of the into the combine, right? Like, Tyler, your question was, is he the most athletic quarterback ever at the combine?
Ever at the combine or ever in the NFL?
We'll put him at the NFL. Once he gets to the NFL.
No, Mike Vick.
Yeah. You are like today or ever?
Ever is ever.
Let's do ever.
Ever can't be today.
To me, Mike Vick.
If you remove Mike Vick wasn't that big. That's the bigger. That's the difference.
The thing that makes Richardson freaky is he's doing this with 6'4", 250.
Yeah. No, I agree.
He's okay.
Yeah, I still think I have to go. I think I still have to go Mike Vick, but that's it's hard to argue those measurable
Who's second?
Those numbers.
Richardson?
Yeah, AR.
Not Lamar?
No, not Lamar. Just because he's not as big again.
Yeah,
he's doing it at like much bigger.
What about like while you're watching him play? Does Lamar feel more athletic than Anthony?
Yeah, he has way more shifty.
That's the way I feel about it. Like I think numbers wise, Anthony Richardson, what he did and what he's going to do, like those numbers that he put up at the combine are ridiculous. At 6'4" and a quarter, 244 pounds, to run a 4.43, a 40.5-inch vertical, and a 10.9 broad jump. That's not normal human being stuff. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. That's an absolute freakazoid.
But when I watch him on the field, he's athletic and he runs away from people. He's like Vince Young to me, like super athletic and doesn't look like he's going hard at all. But nobody's ever catching him.
Yeah, no, he doesn't get caught. Jake I was going to actually mention it. Jake in the chat, appreciate you as always. He said, "Were the 40 times of the combine, off at the combine? I'm sorry. Like, was it a little bit too slow? It felt weird, but like people were trying to sync up their TV with the finish, and I'm like,
it's always going to be different.
It's not. That's not right.
Right. Yeah, there was one guy that ran like a 3.9.
Yeah.
According to the TV, I'm like, come on, let's be real.
It's unofficial. I'm gonna elect that they didn't mess it up.
No, I mean they're laser time. They're pretty sharp.
I would think that they would have that down pat at this point.
I think 4.4s are really tough to run.
I think people, it's you know what
understood like how fast that was.
No, people don't understand. Like,
no.
You know what else is like funny? Like people say they have a 1.8 pop time or whatever. Remember that? Like that was always the thing.
Yeah,
I guess
Major League average right now is like 1.9. The best in the business is like 1.77 with yada year.
So like, average 1.8. Okay.
Probably not.
Probably not. Might be really good. Probably don't average 1.8.
No.
Just like you don't run a 4.4.
Who's clicking the clock for you, your dad?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh shoot! Like double tap real quick.
Double tap. Yeah. But no. 4.4s. Dude, that's so fast.
People don't understand. Like your commenter doesn't understand at 4.4. Like if you set a number for like average American at 5.5 to 6.5, like most people fall in that range.
I'll buy that.
Most people fall in the range. Like most anyone can probably still run a 6.5 40 if you're athletic at all.
Yeah.
I mean 6.5 is pretty slow.
That's very slow.
Yeah, but I mean I would say most people fall in the category of like, especially like adults out like not athletes anymore.
Yeah.
5.5, 6.5.
It's funny. Me and a guy I work with, Cody Beatles. He's a pretty young guy actually.
Yeah.
And was very athletic in school. Played soccer, played football, whatever. We were watching the combine last year. Like highlights came up on the TV, and one of the linemen ran like a 5.1, and I was like, bro, at 6'6", 335, that dude just ran a 5.1. And he's like, that's not impressive. And I was like, oh, okay. You can't run a 5.1 now.
Right.
Like, you're in shape. You go to the gym daily. He's like, I bet I run a 4.8. And I was like, there's zero chance under the sun that you can run a 4.8 40. What's the fastest you've ever ran? And he's like, I don't know, like a 4.7, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'll take the bet. Whatever you want to bet. Anything.
Yeah.
Dude didn't run. He ran like a 4.98 one time. He ran it like 5 times because he was like, I swear I can do it. He ran a 4.98 like one time, and the rest were in the 5s.
Right.
And he's young, athletic, like
Yeah.
so much harder than people think.
Yep. Nope. It's ridiculous. No, I don't. I thought there were. I thought there was some like weird stuff with the times, but
Yeah.
let's see. I'm trying to think of where I want to go next. You want to go? I know where you want to go. The AR hate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with going to AR hate.
I personally didn't see the AR hate.
I don't know how Georgia fans get on my timeline because I follow none. I don't follow. I mean, I follow Christian, I follow JT, and I follow Kelsey.
Is it because they like it?
I don't think so. I really don't because like none of those 3 are on Twitter 24/7.
Yeah, Kelsey hardly ever on it.
Yeah, and I don't see much.
She might like it though, but
maybe I don't see much that Christian does either.
yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I saw a lot of Georgia fans talking about how much better Stetson Bennett was than Anthony Richardson, and that's fine.
You can ask your question now.
I can.
Yeah.
I'll let Tyler ask it.
Okay.
Yeah, the question I asked earlier, is there a single GM that would say, I would much rather have Stetson Bennett over Anthony Richardson?
One single GM.
No.
Yeah, is there one?
No.
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 Not one. And they shouldn't because ceilings are much different.
Yeah.
I think Stetson made some segue into like legitimate quarterback competition in camp.
He'll be drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be drafted.
Yeah, but y'all told me.
There was a little bit wild because he's tiny.
Yeah, but
he's
not to
100
say
years old.
Not to say y'all were wrong, but y'all said he wouldn't be drafted.
I did say that.
All Brad too. Brad,
Yeah.
Brad, Sunburn Brad, not here. You're not off the hook, huh?
I probably didn't say anything.
I think he either said nothing or co-signed. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. But
I know Joey and Brad both have said no way he's not being drafted.
Yeah. No, I think
He'll be drafted.
I think he'll be drafted. And like I said, I think with the 40 he ran, I think it was a 4.62, which is pretty good.
Yeah. That's
but-
actually not bad. That's
No, but
actually really good.
but he threw the ball well.
He did. He's not a bad quarterback. He'll be drafted.
He's really not.
Yeah.
Is he like the next Chase Daniels, just perennial backup that makes $40 million?
I could see that.
I can see that too.
Yeah.
There's a couple questions in there. I want to get to Sherm's and then I want to go back up to Jake's. So Sherm said, I think Bennett is a better quarterback. I was going to ask you, Joey, who would you have wanted quarterback in your football team this year? Stetson Bennett or AR-15? Anthony Richardson, sorry.
In what system? Like if I want Bennett to be the quarterback at Florida over Anthony Richardson? No, I don't. I don't.
Really?
No, I don't.
You hated him though, I thought.
Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, 58% completion percentage or
Yeah,
whatever.
you remember when I said he's my favorite Gator of all time?
No, I don't, but that does ring a bell a little bit.
No, I said that. I love the guy. He's literally
You
one
don't
of my
like him
favorite-
as a quarterback.
I don't hate him as a quarterback. He's not a great. He wasn't great. That's all I'm saying. He wasn't great.
Do you remember how early Joey was on Anthony Richardson?
Yeah.
Just like as like athleticism.
Yep.
Yeah,
So early.
I've been on Anthony Richardson for a long time. Like
Well, watching
I
him
like
play
the guy.
Eastside is
Yeah,
pretty-
exactly. That's when I first watched him was at Eastside, and I was like, yep, sign me up all the way up. No, but like Stetson, they're just different quarterbacks and doing different things. I also wouldn't want, if I'm Georgia, I wouldn't want Anthony Richardson there over Stetson Bennett. I wouldn't want that.
No.
So
No. I think if I was a Gator fan, I may still want Bennett at Florida. I don't know. Damn, I'm a big AR-15 fan. They work for their individual program. So a lot of the hate I saw too came from AR-15. Shout out Brandon Leslie in the freaking
I know. What's
chat.
Brandon
That's
Leslie?
my
What's up, big guy?
classmate, baseball teammate. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Dude threw a nasty slider.
Oh my God. Yes, he did.
He
I've caught so many of those. That was like truly what, 9-3? It was straight across. Never got hit. He got hung one time, but he struck so many people out on that freaking slider.
He did.
All right. But the question was the hate for AR-15. Brandon kind of answered it a little bit already, which was weird from Gator fans. There was like a weird amount of like disgruntledness.
It's always been that way though.
I know, but
Gator
it's
fans
bizarre.
are the weirdest, and they said it. Like they both, him and Hunter both said it. Gator fans are weird. They are weird. I've been telling y'all that for a long time. Like there's a portion of the fan base that no matter what happens, unless they're winning championships, they're not going to be happy.
Yeah, it's weird.
Right? So unless Tim Tebow walks through the door and Urban Meyer walks through the door soon, like they're not going to be happy, and that's fine. That's their prerogative. They can do what they want to. They make us look like jackasses, but other than that, that's fine. No, I mean, he was inconsistent. I think that's the biggest issue. Brandon said it. The hate for AR came from the inconsistency. Like he was very inconsistent, but somebody else said, is Jake, is his health a concern, though? I don't think he's been 100% since his junior year.
And then he said junior year at Eastside.
Yeah, I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
His junior year at Eastside.
In high school.
Yeah, and he's right. He is right. He's always, not always, but he's been consistently
played in every
missing
game,
games.
though, right? This past year. He didn't miss a game.
Did he play in every game? Yeah, no, he did play in every game because
he played in every
he
game.
had to have.
Yeah.
Because they were bad.
Yeah. Oh,
behind him.
But we don't want to talk about that.
Probably.
We won't talk about that.
Thank God, let's not.
I have a question for you.
All right.
Do you, and you know this is coming, we talked about it Sunday, we were coming home, we're going to church. Is there any reservation? Do you have any cause for concern because AR-15 is going to be a top 4, top 8 pick, whatever? They had a really good offensive line, 2 very good backs. Is there any concern, like alarms going off or red flags that, like, wait a minute, like the quarterback play is, and I said this. The quarterback play is only going to take a step back next year. Like, are we concerned at all about Florida in the offense under Billy Napier having a first round quarterback and very one of the best O-lines in the SEC in all of college football, and then those 2 backs, which we know what they are.
Yeah, I mean, not for me. No.
Okay.
Not for me.
Tyler, what about you? I want Joey to expound on it, but what about you?
I don't have a significant amount of concern. I think if he goes and lights the world on fire, then you have to ask some questions about how he managed the quarterback. But
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that too. But I think the 2 games, the college game and the NFL game, are so different. I don't know that their correlation's there. Like, there's been so many guys.
It'll be harder to have more success in the NFL.
Maybe, but there's been a lot of guys that have done it. Patrick Mahomes is a lot more successful in the NFL than he was in college. Josh Allen was a lot more successful in the NFL than he was in college.
Josh Allen's a better example than Mahomes. Mahomes at Texas Tech was a
he
machine.
threw it 70 times. That doesn't mean he was great. I mean, he also threw 32 interceptions and he threw a lot. He just threw the ball a lot. So yeah, but as far as wins and losses, he didn't win. They didn't win much when he was at Texas Tech. They were 500 and maybe 8-4 a couple of times, whatever. But it's not like he was lighting the world on fire. And like, if he was, he would have been a number 1 overall pick. He wasn't. The Chiefs said, well, we like this guy's potential because he has a huge arm. He's relatively athletic. Seems to be pretty smart. Same things they're saying about Anthony Richardson. Huge arm, very athletic. Everybody seems to say he's intelligent.
Interviewing well too, seems like at the combine.
Oh yeah, no.
So like,
I knew we would rock the combine. I knew that it would supersede anything that happened on the field on Saturdays, because that doesn't grow on trees. 6'4", 40 and a half vertical, 4'4", 40, 250 pounds. That 10-foot broad jump just doesn't. There's not a whole lot of that walking around.
No, he's a freak. He's a freak show.
Yeah, but I would be. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I think the more games he plays, because again, he didn't play many. He didn't play. I think he played 2 his senior year at high school. He played none his redshirt freshman year at Florida. He played in most games last year, right?
Yeah.
He played in most.
Yeah. He played in every game
and then he played every game this year, albeit sometimes not at 100%. Sometimes it looked ugly. But I think the more he plays, the more they build around him, like in the NFL. I think he has a chance to be really, really good. I also think he has a chance to be Jamarcus Russell.
From an outsider perspective, not a Gator fan, I can tell you how, like, in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, because it appears we have some Gator fans, but other fans as well. It looks, anyways, that maybe Florida underachieved with having a first-round quarterback and a good offensive line and a good running back.
But they also gave up 43 points a game.
That's the caveat. But that doesn't mean they didn't underachieve. I didn't say that offense underachieved, but like maybe you missed a window, maybe per se. Like if the defense is at least serviceable, then we don't go 500. Yeah. You know, we potentially go beat some teams and win more games. Probably not a national championship. Like I don't think that was on the table. But you have a first-round quarterback, and you have a good offensive line, arguably maybe a great offensive line. They're really good.
They were.
You have a first-rounder on the offensive line. And then the 2 backs, like weapons everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everywhere but receiver. They didn't have.
Well, Pearsall was a freak, but yes,
but
he's just one, and he wasn't healthy a whole lot.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll keep it moving. We'll talk more about some of that stuff in a minute. What do you want to go next? Is there anything else from the combine you want to talk about?
I don't remember anything. Like I said, I haven't watched it fully yet. I usually like to go through and watch, like truly watch.
Yeah.
And like kind of dissect it a little bit later. So I do want to do that. I haven't done it yet. So.
Yeah.
Do you think Brian got to watch any of the combine?
Brian Sports? Brian Dix, I mean?
Yeah, that's the one.
I don't know if he did or not, but you know what he does have?
What?
A tremendous sporting goods store.
Oh, man, love that.
Yeah, one of the best in the world. And he'll definitely hook you up. He's been real busy with getting some uniforms in for local baseball. Done a real good job of a quick turnaround. So, yeah, best in the business for sure. Brian Dix, Brian Sports. Go see him. If you cannot see them, call them at 755-0570. That's 386-755-0570. And, mention Front Porch Sitting, and you'll get 10% off at old Brian Sports because he loves the people.
He's a good quarterback in his own right.
Oh, he was good back in the day.
Yeah, man.
He probably can still spin it a little bit, I'll be honest.
I believe it.
I really do. I know the last time I played receiver for him was in Jacksonville, and we're not going to talk about that. If he's in the chat, he'll say something.
Yeah. Should be in the chat. Brian, if you're not in the chat, we'd love to have you in the chat.
Did you guys want to cover the Lamar contract since we're kind of in NFL land right now, and then we can transition to
Yeah.
Yeah, do you have the numbers? Or the situation, I mean?
I kind of have
I'm going to read the chat, so I want y'all to do this.
I have a little bit of the information. He's doing his producing work.
I know he is.
So basically, the Ravens franchise tagged him,
Yep.
right? And what that means is he signed a 1-year, $32 million contract. It includes an average annual salary of $32,416,000 in 2023, and Jackson will earn a base salary of $32 million.
You don't have to read all that.
Yeah.
The point is,
1-year deal.
it's a 1-year deal, and it's really not even like a deal with the Ravens. It's more or less an option to sign Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they're testing the waters. They're gauging the interest. So what they'll do is if Joey and the Chiefs decide that they want to come in and they want to pay Lamar 7 years, $400 million or whatever, something crazy, all guaranteed, then the Ravens will have an option to counter that offer and pay that same contract. Yeah. It's really, really smart. Honestly, it's a business thing. Like, people are acting like this. In my opinion, this is my opinion, Joey. People are acting as if this is more to do with like disrespect and collusion against Lamar. Yeah. I don't. I think it's strictly business. I think they're going to gauge the market, and I think they'll probably pay market value for Lamar to keep him. I think he'll be a Raven. Now, what his contract is, I don't know.
I would imagine this is a result of contract negotiations where Lamar says, "Look, I can go anywhere and get this," and the Ravens are thinking, "Listen, man, we love you. We just don't think that's what the market is right now for you."
Yeah.
And so this is a way for them to kind of show him that.
Yeah.
But it could backfire on him really quick.
Yeah.
Him or them?
Both.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's explosive. It's very volatile. Somebody could come in and throw a stupid number, and then you may lose your franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I'm going to be 100% honest. I think the Falcons do that. I think the Falcons come in, and I think that they pick up Lamar, whatever, and then
all guaranteed money,
and then sign him to a big deal. I just don't know that he gets the fully guaranteed.
He
so
wants
like
that, but he doesn't have the health
for a fully guaranteed contract.
He's been healthy other than this year, and he has.
I thought he was hurt last year too.
He missed some games. But even that's the most recent.
Like, I think he's missed 8 games in 2 years.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah,
you missed games
7 of them were this past year. Maybe all 8, actually.
Okay. But still, that's what have you done for me lately? That's not great.
I'm with you.
That's half the year. I can't give you a guaranteed 10-year contract or 8-year contract, 6-year contract. I can't do it.
Not fully guaranteed.
I think that's what he wants.
I know that's what he wants.
That's the going rate. That's what people are getting now.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson set that market.
Wild. Speaking of Deshaun, we'll get to that. I got something to say about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with that. No, like I said, I think the Falcons are the ones that come in and give him the money. I think they need something to jolt the franchise, and I think that's what happens. And we'll see what happens with that. I don't think that he gets a fully guaranteed contract no matter where he goes. And I'm the biggest Lamar fan there is. So.
Yeah, I know you are. So apparently he turned down a $250 million contract, and also missed, according to our loyal sitters, he missed out on a Nike shoe deal because of his representation. So
isn't he his representation?
Is he? I have no idea.
Doesn't he represent himself?
Well, I know I got the question. I don't know.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just reiterating.
Oh.
Like I think I'm almost positive he's his own agent, but I could be wrong on that.
Probably needs to get one then. Did you see where C.J. Stroud said who he compared himself to?
Yeah, who he looked up to?
Yeah, Mike Vick.
Right.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, not the greatest.
No.
I didn't think it was as bad as everybody else did.
It's not like super bad, but it's just like why would you pick those two?
Joe, it's not good, dude. One guy did by federal time, bro, and the other one sat out a year.
He's talking about as a quarterback. He's talking about as a quarterback. He's not saying that's who he wanted to be. They asked the question, who as a quarterback, who did you look up to the most? And he said, playing the position of quarterback, I looked up to Michael Vick because he was a black quarterback when they weren't like truly accepted in the NFL, and they told him to stay in the pocket, and he did that. And he said, I feel like that's what I do. And then Deshaun Watson, and then he also said Joe Burrow, but the video cuts off, so we don't talk about that guy, right?
Right.
Ooh,
okay. Yeah, that's fine. But
bad. Don't care. Bad. Don't pick this. Pick someone else. Like Jesus. Lamar Jackson.
Phillip Rivers and Peyton Manning.
Lamar Jackson.
That's not realistic.
Be Lamar Jackson. Marcus Mariota.
Pick all the bad quarterbacks. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I got their same style.
But he did say Joe Burrow. I just want to throw that out there. He did say Joe Burrow.
Did you see Daniel Jones' contract?
Yeah.
Ooh boy.
Did you see Tyreek Hill?
What did he say?
Darius Slayton. Somebody said, I think somebody from the Giants. No. Sorry, somebody from maybe the Raiders. Somebody said that Daniel Jones was trash, and Darius Slayton quoted the tweet and said it was just a picture of the box score where the Giants beat said team. Again, I think it was Raiders, like 20-13, and then Tyreek Hill quoted that tweet and said, it's going to be a lot of slants going on in New York or something like that. Or the slants are going to go crazy or something like that. Yeah, pretty good tweet by Tyreek.
Hey, Tyreek is low-key really good on Twitter.
Yeah, he really is. And then a couple hours later, he said, all I said was there's going to be a lot of slants in New York.
Funny.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, I know. So Hunter Williams in the chat said Vic served his time, though. Yeah, no, for sure. He still killed tons of pit bulls with guns and stomped on their foreheads on curbs.
Yeah, no, I have no respect for that.
Yeah, no, so I'm not going to defend him, sir. I do understand exactly what he did. I don't think that's just the greatest comparison. It's just what I meant. And on the field, okay, sure.
Yeah.
And but maybe might want to find somebody else to model yourself after.
As a quarterback.
As a quarterback.
As a quarterback, he liked him as a quarterback. That's all.
This isn't in the show notes, but the way the Giants are rolling this, they obviously wanted to keep Daniel Jones. They wanted to keep Saquon. They signed Daniel Jones to up to $190 million 4 years.
Was it 190
with incentives?
Oh my god, I thought it was 150.
No.
Oh my god, that's even worse.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Okay,
it's a lot of money.
And then
but if he reaches those incentives, then it was worth it.
Yeah, of course.
For sure.
So
I like it. I like incentive base.
Let's go for 160. Let's just stop it there. But they give Saquon 10.3 with the franchise tag.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all it was.
I didn't realize the franchise tag for a running back was so cheap.
Why wouldn't you switch those? Wouldn't you much rather have Saquon than Daniel Jones right now?
Well,
for like 4 years?
Because no. I mean, if I believe that I got a franchise quarterback in Daniel Jones, no. No offense to Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
I can go find somebody. I can go pick up Bijan Robinson, and we can. He's a better version of Saquon Barkley at this point.
Bijan ain't gonna be there when the Giants draft.
Okay, I'll trade up for him then.
Okay.
Like there's backs that you can go and plug and play. Saquon's different than most. I'm with it. I agree. Whatever. But is he worth?
It's not just that. It's the fact that you had to pay Daniel Jones $14 million a year to keep him for 4 years.
Right. Go look at the quarterback's average salary, and then go look at the running back's average salary.
$14 million is cheap.
So, like, that's why the franchise tag for a quarterback is 32 point whatever you just read, 32.64 or whatever, 46, and then you just said 10 for a running back.
You ain't wrong.
There's a reason for it.
You ain't wrong.
It's not Jake just said it's not a valued position. It's not a valued position.
It's not at all.
It's really not, and it shouldn't be because they are what they are.
Not wrong.
Not for long.
Yeah, not for long exactly. It's a tough life to be a running back. Tough life.
That would actually really suck.
Was there anything else?
No, I don't. Not at least not NFL Combine related. we're going to get to the TPC. Then we're going to go Florida State spring preview and Florida spring preview. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I got one. Real quick, should offensive linemen have to run the 40?
Other than just to prove that they're super athletic, ridiculously athletic humans, no.
No, man. Run the cone drill, run lateral, agility stuff. I don't think they need to run 40. The reason I ask is the guy that blew out his hamstring running the 40. He's got no business running the 40.
No, I do agree they don't, but
I don't know that NFL teams put too much stock in that.
Probably zero stock.
Yeah.
But I 100% love watching them run the 40.
I know until the guy blows the hammy and then.
Yeah, no, that's not fun.
That sucks. That's one guy. Yeah, I know.
Those guys.
It's
are
impressive.
Freaky athletic too. People don't understand when you're that big and you move that fast.
Did you see Nolan Smith run the 40? Oh my gosh.
Speaking of freaks, Nolan Smith, freak.
We had that guy. You left him off your.
I did. He did. His stats were irrelevant because he didn't play half the year.
Gosh, he was so fast.
First rounder. All right, let's get to. You want to do Florida State preview?
Yes, I would love to do that. Right. Let's go back to Nolan Smith for just a minute. Did you see his quote?
Yeah. Can we please talk about that? Yes.
Yeah, I do want to talk about that. Tyler, can you get that video real quick? Just do it fast.
Yeah, it won't be that hard to find. I'm not going to say the actual quote because, okay, here's the thing. Georgia, particularly Kirby Smart, has those boys brainwashed.
100,000% brainwashed.
They truly believe that they are like disrespected and doubted. That's a really cool video too, but it's that one right there. Yep. They truly believe that they're like counted out and disrespected. I'm like,
it's incredible,
bro. What in the hell is Kirby putting in the damn Kool-Aid down there?
I don't know.
He's a master salesman though because they believe it.
They 100% believe. He's got to have, like Trey Lee said, that he believes that they have to follow a certain number of people on Twitter, and Kirby Smart runs every Twitter account that there's like 400 follows that you have to follow, and Kirby runs all 400 of them.
Yeah,
and then just like rotates tweets of negative stuff about UGA.
Kelsey,
here we go.
Kelsey's already heard this because I gave it to her at the house. I was like, "Listen here, this is ridiculous. Are you just playing audio?"
I was gonna play the full video.
Okay, but can we not be seen on this?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, I think I can make that work.
If not, don't worry about it. I might have to step away for just one.
With less at Georgia, so we played with a light box. That's what Coach Smart says. We played with 6 in the box, and it's just amazing that the guys, you count on that man next to you. Like I tell JC, he's just misunderstood. No matter what, I can count on JC to do his job, and if we got a game to run, I can count on that person next to me to do their job. And my first year when I got there, I was like, this is crazy. Like, I went against Andrew Thomas, Solomon McKinley. I would never forget my first fall camp practice. Solomon McKinley broke my nose, and it was just leaking. And I was like, no, I ain't going outside. I put a tampon in and cut it, and we went to work. So I would never forget. That was like my setting moment. I was like, oh yeah, this box at Georgia real. And Solomon McKinley, a big boy, I ain't gonna lie. And it just closing on counter every day, seeing Aziz do it. Aziz closed on counter from the apex, and I seen him bent somebody's face mask once. Those are just some of the stories about, and that's at practice. We practice hard at Georgia, and that's just one thing.
You mentioned this is
less.
That was good timing.
All right, that was a little rough. I'm sorry, sitters. Yeah, you had the black screen over there. We got the intro again. My bad.
No, it's good.
So I'm going to be 100% honest, Chris. Because we couldn't hear the audio ourselves. I have no idea what he said in that video.
Oh, I think it was like the mercenary type. Hunter just said it. Nolan Smith went to IMG too. He's a mercenary type player. The one quote that he had also on that same day was he said UGA does more with less.
Yes.
That's wild to me. More with less.
They've had like the number 1 or 2 recruiting class in 77 of the last 78 years.
Oh my God. One game.
No, literally nobody picked Tennessee to win that game, except for the
game
media,
day.
except for the media people that just wanted a narrative.
Yeah.
Nobody else on the planet wanted or thought Tennessee would win. Nobody. Not Tennessee fans.
I know Vegas didn't.
Not Vegas. Not Chris. Not Joey. Not Tyler.
Yeah.
Not Brad.
No.
I may have, because I say some pretty stupid stuff.
Not Hunter. Not Jake.
What's crazy to me is the whole, like, we do more with less. What do you mean? Nolan Smith just ran a 4.340.
We don't know if they do more with less because they don't have less.
Jordan Smith, the guy that went to the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
He ran a 4.840 at 6'6", 340.
But you know what the argument is, right?
No, I don't. I need it.
Yeah.
Stetson Bennett was a mailman. That's the
He was a
argument.
walk-on,
You know
right?
it's true.
He was
He
a walk-on,
was.
except he was on scholarship, but
That's
whatever.
the argument. You know what it
It's
is?
not less. Kirby is a genius. I think Kirby does an excellent job. Obviously, he's my
Yes.
favorite coach in college football. Period. He's my favorite.
He can't be
coach.
my favorite, but I respect him a lot.
He's literally my favorite coach. Like Mike Norvell, whatever, everyone else, Nick Saban, Kirby Smart is at the top of that board for me. But I've done this before. I've done this. I've boosted my guys to make them think they're disrespected. I've done
Of
this.
course.
I'm just not able to do it at the University of Georgia. When it had the top recruiting class for the past 4 years.
10.
Won the national championship.
Yeah, back to back.
Yeah.
What?
What?
More with less?
No, sir.
Well, they say that with their chest. They believe that.
It's the weirdest thing.
It reminds
It's
me of-
cult.
incredible. It's
a cult.
awesome.
It's a cult.
I mean, he's doing something right. Kirby's doing something right, y'all. If
100%
you're in
doing
the
right.
SEC, you better hope he takes a job somewhere.
I did. I tried. I wished it. I think I prayed for it.
Oh man.
Travis Kelce does this too. He does
Oh,
the same
he's-
song and dance.
Yeah, he does
Yeah.
it too. There's a story. Okay, here's old school. Let me give you all this like old school college or this old school high school coach. Let me give it to you. This is old, so it wasn't something that I actually did. There was a coach in a smaller town that had a letter postmarked to their school, right? So, for example, if it's Joey, he's a coach at Columbia High School. He wrote a letter and postmarked it to Columbia High School's address, 469 Fighting Tiger Way, whatever it is, right?
Yep. That's right.
Say that they're playing Live Oak or whoever. Joey, this coach, would have driven to Live Oak, put it in the mailbox there, so it was mailed from Live Oak. So it says that, the postage. And so someone from Live Oak sent this letter to Columbia High School. And it's like, look at this, boys. They actually had the audacity to write this and mail it to you. And it never actually came from the other school. It was handwritten from the coach on that same team to generate, like, angst or whatever. There was not anything that I've ever done. I would not go through those links. I have found a fake newspaper website, and I've made an article about one of the teams I coached on. And I look like it was photocopied out of a newspaper. I have done that before.
Came a long way from stuttering in the 8th grade, Chris.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'd be so proud of me now. But anyways, yeah, that was it's impressive. It's impressive. Georgia does not do more with less. They do a lot with a lot, but not more with less.
Yeah. No, I agree. They do a lot with a lot. 100%.
Yeah.
Not more with less.
No.
They may eventually. I don't know. But for now, they don't have less, so it doesn't matter.
Correct.
You know who does more with less?
Who's that?
Josh McCardle.
Oh boy, I got a lot to say about Josh. Let it go.
Wow.
You're on
I'm gonna
fire.
be honest, that was
You're
a fire one.
you're on fire.
It was one whatever segment too early, but it's okay. We're good with it because
It was perfect.
it was perfect.
Right now,
It was,
Sam.
it was like
Because he does more or less. I'm a living example of it. I'm actually going not tomorrow, but Friday.
Me
Can't
too.
wait.
I went yesterday. Josh got me right. Josh is awesome. He gave me a couch. Like, he's our sponsor, right? But he still gave me a couch. Let me borrow his trailer. I'm like, dude, this is so I got 2 couches in the man cave now.
Can't wait. I haven't seen the second couch.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm excited.
It's very nice, very comfortable.
Heck
Yeah.
All right, I'm
Fits in
gonna
there
come over
good.
tonight after the show. We'll
I got work tomorrow, so no, that will not be
I'm just
happening.
kidding. I do too, buddy.
But yes, anyways, for sure, Josh is like the best in the business. The joke is, like Kelsey says, are you going to get your hair cut? Or are you going to hang out?
Well,
And these days, I'm going just to get my hair cut, which is a bit of a bummer, but I got responsibilities
But-
at home, so.
but he also, for me anyways, he takes a little bit more time on my hair so we can hang out.
Never would ever do that. He would never do that, Kelsey. Ever, never.
And I appreciate that.
Louise.
Anyways, text.
Airing you out.
My bad. Text Josh at 386-247-1430. He'll hook you up with his schedule, and then you can get on there, and you'll be there forever. Once you'll be a client for life once you get there. So
We've sent quite a few people, actually.
I agree. I absolutely
I'm
agree.
actually very proud of that.
So let's go to Hunter said, Chris, remember when 2015 when the Times Union picked Bartram over Columbia in regional finals and thought Bartram would score 48 points, and they scored 14?
Oh, Hunter, do I? It's one of my. We actually talked about. Yep, I do remember that.
You talking about me and you the other day when we were talking about Joey Gatewood and how he's like gone on to crazy things and we reminisced. Yeah, good times.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. My bad, Kelsey. Kelsey said it's all adding up now with this.
Not
You
true.
want to say my bad, Kelsey? You should say my bad, Chris.
Yeah, I'm the one with the tread marks on my back.
Yeah.
My bad, Chris. So let's go to Florida State, Chris.
Yeah,
Florida
please.
State spring, 2 days in, right?
Yeah, 2 days in.
2 days in. Is there one thing? Let's go to the offensive side of the ball first. Is there one thing specifically you want to see happen? Is there one thing you're looking for? Give me something.
Let's do this. Let's play a game here. We'll have like set questions for both programs.
Okay.
So the first question is I'm going to ask you is what do you know about Florida's offense, Florida's defense? What do you hope to find out about Florida's offense, and defense at the end of spring?
Okay.
So answer the same questions about Florida State.
All right.
So what do I know about Florida State's offense?
What do you know about Florida State's offense?
What I know is that Jordan Travis is the quarterback. Mm-hmm. I think they'll be extremely dynamic. Like I think on offense it's going to be a lot of fun for them on offense.
Yeah.
They have weapons everywhere. It appears as if they've hit in the portal again. Everywhere. I think 2 of the 3 linemen they brought in are going to start. Gene Bell's going to start. He's a portal guy. Mm-hmm. They bring back Johnny Wilson. They bring back Trey Benson. They bring back Micah Pittman. Winston Wright is back after his car accident, which last year going into the season before he had his car accident, he was the best wide receiver on the market. Not on the market. Of the ones that they brought in from Johnny Wilson, Micah Pittman, and those guys had big days or big years. So I think we know they're going to be explosive and dynamic.
Right.
You know?
I agree.
I think that's what we know.
So what do you want to know at the end of the spring?
I think here's what I'm interested to find out. I want to see what I want to know. I hope to find out at the end is the offensive line, how it's going to be comprised.
Sure.
How they're going to put it together, like who plays where.
Yeah.
The 2 deep of the O-line. I also am interested in very, very intrigued to see is Florida State going to run their offense, or are they going to try and feed all these hungry mouths? They got a lot of mouths to feed. Mm-hmm. And I think there's sometimes coaches, they get in a situation where they try and force feed people. And I hope and pray they don't do that.
Right.
I just hope they let it happen organically. I hope they don't try to handpick who gets the ball in this situation.
Yeah.
Now, I do think there is something to getting like the hot guy a hand. Like, he hasn't got a touch in a while. Like, I do think you have to track touches. The best track touches to make sure, like, hey, my freaking stud has touched the ball once. We've targeted him twice. Like, let's feed him a little bit. So that's what I hope to see. I hope to see the 2 deep on the O-line, which I think is going to be far and far away better than it has been in a very long time.
Yeah.
And I want to see how they spread the ball around.
All right, let's go to the defensive side of the ball. What do you know about the defense going into spring?
This is music. Anyone that knows me, sitters, you all know me. I love you. Thanks for being here with us. We love you. Like, we're coming up on 4 years. It's incredible. Please stay with us. Tell a friend. Make sure you like, subscribe. But you know that I love a defensive line. Like, it starts and ends on the front, in my opinion. I know that they are deep as freak up front.
Yeah.
Like, I feel really, really good about their front 4. I think they're going to cause a lot of problems. I think they're like freakishly deep.
I was just about to say, how many guys are rotating in?
So I think you got Jared Verse and Gilbert Edmond. Gilbert Edmond came from South Carolina. He's a grown man, apparently.
They just have like a track that goes from Columbia to Tallahassee. Is
Yeah,
that how it is?
no. So that's our minor league program. Anything from them we want. Like they're about to. I think they're about to get a 5-star commit. We love that. They're gonna farm him. We'll take him in a year. We look forward to that.
That's good. That's actually how it's been. So yeah,
It kind of has. But so he's about his business. He's like a grown man. I think you bring back those two, and then you have Fabian Levitt coming back. He's dynamic. The dude from Miami, God Almighty, something Jones is evading me a little bit. I think our producer was just asleep. Anyways, the D lineman from he really was.
No, I was watching shorts.
The D line from Miami, he's like freak show, like 6'6", 315.
yeah.
He's really, really good.
You need me to look something up?
No, Braden Fisk